On September 23, 2022, Hurricane Ian formed in the Caribbean Sea. After heading to the northwest across Cuba, Hurricane Ian turned east toward the southwest Florida coast. At 3:05 p.m. on September 28th, Hurricane Ian made landfall as a Category 5 storm at Captiva Island. The impact caused catastrophic damage to Fort Myers Beach, Sanibel Island, Captiva Island, Pine Island, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Punta Gorda. Hurricane Ian ranks as the fifth strongest storm to make landfall and ranks first with a loss of around $113 billion. Hurricane Ian packed up to 160 miles per hour winds and a storm surge of up to 15 feet. Unfortunately, 161 souls were lost. Over a year and a half has passed, and we feel confident that a visit will not cause interference in recovery efforts. Join us as we document these recovery efforts and document the damage. After a short break, we're back on the Spider. I really want to beat the heat. In Florida, everyone rides motorcycles in the winter. The summers are just too hot. This may seem odd to our northern state cousins, but before this day is over, you'll understand. Hurricane Pass takes us to San Carlos Island. San Carlos Island lies between the mainland and Fort Myers Beach, and it's home to the Key West Express, a ferry service that runs between Fort Myers and Key West. I haven't made this ferry ride yet, but it's on my list. Another pass and bridge, and we're on Estero Island. Fort Myers Beach lies along the island's northern shore. The beach is known for its white sand and high-rise condos. This tourist mecca was hit hard by Hurricane Ian, with property loss and fatalities. 14 souls were lost in Fort Myers Beach alone, and a total loss of 71 souls for Lee County. Please, please evacuate when ordered to do so. It is immediately noticeable of how much damage there was. All the empty lots you see once had a building on it. Prior to the hurricane, buildings only had a walkway or drive between them. This is heartbreaking to see, but cleanup seems to be complete, and the rebuilding stage is in full swing. Many of the high-rises had exterior damage on the upper levels. Construction crews were seen working off of scaffolding and cranes. It would not surprise me if condo owners would have to wait up to 3 years to reoccupy their Florida dream retirement home. And these are the lucky ones. Others have had their dreams crushed. No sign was needed to denote under repair. Chain link fencing did that. On the upside, many homes and businesses have already completed repairs. We saw new homes being built to replace the lost homes. However, it may take up to a decade before Fort Myers Beach returns to its prior glory. As you can see, the road is devoid of traffic. This is not normal. Prior to Hurricane Ian, traffic would have been heavy, even in the off-season. During spring break, forget about it. Traffic would have been a crawl. What a difference, huh? These were the lone beachgoers that we saw. At least somebody's taking advantage of this beautiful sunshine today. Looks like a nice family outing. We are close to leaving Estero Island and Fort Myers Beach. The next 3 islands we come to are parks. I'm sure they suffered some damage, but with little structure and no permanent occupation, things should look differently. Reaching Big Carlos Pass, cranes indicate that the bridge was damaged. Luckily for us, the bridge is open and passable. On the far side is Black Island, home to Lovers Key State Park. This is a great park for swimming and beach combing. However, be prepared for the hike to the beach. Lovers Key State Park is truly a gem. We've been there several times over the years. With 2 miles of sugar sand beaches, it's not hard for a family to carve out a nook on the beach and enjoy the Gulf breezes. A great spot to drive away the winter blues. Leaving Black Island, we transit Long Key, Big Hickory Island, and Bay Island before getting back to civilization on Little Hickory Island. At Bonita Springs Beach, it appears they have escaped major damage. Although there isn't much traffic here, it appears that most everything is running in normal mode. We are riding away from the beach into Bonita Springs. It's really heating up now, so taking a break is the next thing on the list. I really need to cool down. A quick stop here to change the battery in the GoPro, and we're looking for that restaurant to take a break. After taking a break, the Spider is showing a temperature of 107 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh, wow! But it doesn't top out until it reaches another degree higher. The actual air temp was probably 95 or 96, but engine heat makes it soar to these higher temperatures. That's why nobody rides in the summer here. After riding for another half hour or so from Bonita Springs to Fort Myers, we stopped to take another break to escape the heat before crossing the Midpoint Bridge into Cape Coral. Off in the distance, it's raining, and this cloud cover has done something magical for us. The temperature has actually dropped 22 degrees and gone back down to 86 degrees. Quite manageable, but we're going to have to dodge some raindrops. Looky here. Many times in Florida, you can see these rain showers and actually drive around them. Pilots will understand this. They often do that when flying. Wow, look at this downpour. That's pretty impressive. We're going to skate around just on the west edge of that. We're going to get a little wet here. Not too bad, but we're going to get some of that rain. This has been a fun and interesting day for us. We really wanted to get out there to see how things were going. I hope we were able to film it and document it well enough for you that you could see the recovery efforts going on Sanibel and Fort Myers Beach. This two-part series was a great series.